Hello folks, welcome to my channel's first ever video. I am the Wreckings. Maybe, Viceskins? No. Veckings. Oh, that doesn't sound right either. But I am a fan of both the Washington football team, formerly known as the Washington Redskins, and the Minnesota Vikings. I've been a football fan for most of my life that I can remember, and I consider myself well educated enough on the topic and on the sport to bring you analysis, commentary, opinion, information, etc. about the NFL based around but not solely focused on the Washington football team and the Minnesota Vikings. Today, as kind of a starter video, it's my first one ever, I am going to be giving you some predictions, some early-ish predictions, I would say, for the Washington football team for their 2021 season. And in case you're wondering, yes, this is just a Redskins blanket hung up behind me, stuck in a door to make it look almost semi-professional. And yeah, as far as this microphone goes, I do have some other microphones, but at the moment, most of them aren't with me. They're being used to film a podcast somewhere else, and so welcome to my starter video. Hopefully in the future this is going to look and sound a lot more professional. But anyway, let's enjoy the video today. Let's get right into it, starting off with week 1 in the preseason. Okay, so we are starting off week 1 of 3 preseason weeks, because remember, we get 18 regular season games, which, man, that's going to be fun, but whew, that is looking really weird. 10-7, 11-6, 13-4. Those are just some weird looking records. But anyway, yeah, that should be fun. We get 2 home games this preseason. The first week, though, is away in Foxborough, taking on the New England Patriots. Obviously, the big question for this game is going to be, is Cam Newton not is he going to be healthy, but that's always a question for Cam Newton. Rather, who's going to be playing, because I'm guessing you're going to get to see Cam Newton first quarter, maybe first 2 quarters, then Mac Jones is going to come in, maybe he'll get the second half. Or another option is that Newton plays the first quarter, Mac Jones comes in, gets second and third quarters, and then Stidham finishes out in the fourth. I don't think you're going to see Brian Hoyer much, if at all, this preseason. But I think you're predominantly going to see Mac Jones. I'm guessing Cam Newton is going to be the starter for the Patriots week 1. However, they're going to want to see Mac Jones a lot in the preseason. We're obviously not going to have our starting defense in, although I will say we have pretty good backups on defense. So I'm going to give Washington a loss here, but it's because we just often start off the season or preseason badly, like, a lot of bumps in the road, and the Patriots home crowd is going to be fired up to be back in Foxborough. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to give Washington an L to start off the preseason. Moving on to week 2 of the preseason, we have ourselves at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to keep this sweet. I still think in the regular or preseason, Washington is better and has more depth than the Bengals. It's our first home game back with fans in forever. To me, there's not much question in my mind that it's going to be a Washington win to put our preseason record at 1-1. And now, moving on to the final week of preseason, we are matching up at home again, this time against the Baltimore Ravens, who did beat us last year. However, I am really not sure. This game could go either way in my mind. Let's see, because the Ravens, their offense is good. But what is it going to be without Lamar Jackson is the question. Preseason games are just so hard to predict because anything can happen. So, I am going to give Washington the win just because I think their backups on defense are better than the Ravens' backups on offense. Okay, with all that said, let's move into the regular season. I have here my very professional looking piece of paper, but it has all the games on it, so I'm going to look at this and tell you what I think. Hopefully this will look a little bit better after I'm done editing it. Okay, so you saw the preseason games already. Regular season, week 1, this is a very exciting game, a game I'm very excited about, that I'm hoping to go to. Hope I can get some tickets. We'll have to see, as I said. Let me just look at this. I clearly am not rolling in the cash right now.
Jay broke.
Anyway, week 1 is at home versus Chargers. Okay. So, as I said, Washington generally starts off the season rough. However, it's so hard to tell because you've got the Chargers' offense has the potential to be awesome this year. Their defense is getting better. However, Washington's offense, I think, could be really good too, and their defense, I think, is going to be a top 5 unit. This is very tough for me. See, I want Washington to win this game. However, can I give it to them in good conscience? Yes, I can. It's home. We're at home. Chargers have to travel week 1. It'll be a little bit rusty. I'm going to give us the win, but barely. I think the score, it's going to be something like this has the potential to be a 24-21, 24-23, 23-20 affair or something like that. Moving on to week 2. We are facing at home again the New York Giants. Short week, Thursday night football. This should be fun. So last year we were 4-2 in the division, and we lost both times to the Giants. Both times we probably should have beaten them. The Giants seem to be something of our kryptonite, and I don't know why, but I don't have a lot of faith in the Giants this year. Everybody's saying how good they think the Giants are going to be and how they could win the NFC East. No, I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to get the win at home, bumping our record up to 2-0. Moving on to week 3 at Bills. Not that much I need to say about this. It's in Buffalo. The Bills are a really good team. They could seriously contend with the Chiefs this year. Bills, or Washington, I should say. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to give you the loss, bumping us down to 2-1. Okay, week 4 at Falcons. The Falcons are a dumpster fire right now. They got Kyle Pitts and then released Julio Jones. Good job, Falcons. You are on the path to success. That's a joke in case you can't tell. Okay, 3-1 now. Good start to the season after the first 4 weeks. Week 5 versus the Saints. Okay, so we're at home here. I don't have a lot of faith in the Saints. They lost some key guys because of cap issues. Jameis Winston could be their starting quarterback, and Winston, he could be really good. He could stink again. I'm going to give Washington the win, barely, over the Saints. Not by much, less than a touchdown for sure. Week, I believe that's 6. Yep. Week 6 against the Kansas City Chiefs. We're at home. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. Our defense is good. I don't think it's good enough to stop Patrick Mahomes and company, and Chiefs defense I think is good enough probably to stop Washington's offense, or at least slow it down. Bump our record down to 4-2. Week 7 at Packers. If Rodgers is playing, Packers win this. This just isn't that much of a hard call for me. Week 8 at Denver. Okay, so Drew Lock needs to grow in year 3. Yes, year 3. I don't know if he's going to. I never had that much faith in Drew Lock to begin with. I don't think I'm going to be able to give the Broncos the win. It's going to be a win for Washington. Okay, week 9 is our bye week. Get a chance to rest. That's all great. Week 10, we are at home versus the Buccaneers. This should be a really good game. We are at home like we were in January. We're coming off a bye week. I really want to say Washington's going to win this. However, I think this game is going to go ever so slightly to the Bucks. I think they could get a last-second field goal or something even. This could be a 27-24 victory for them. I think the Bucks are barely going to edge past us. Week 11 at the Panthers. The Panthers with Sam Darnold at quarterback. Sam Darnold could end up being good. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be good by now. Panthers are going to be another win for us. Okay, Seahawks in Week 12. We get to play the Seahawks at home. I hate the Seahawks, by the way, in case y'all couldn't tell. Because I am a Washington fan, and they consistently beat Washington in the playoffs. I'm also a Vikings fan, and the Vikings can pretty continuously get beaten by the Seahawks. So, I really don't like them. However, I'm going to give Seattle the win here just because we have a bad track record against them. We always lose, and they're still the better team, I think, if they can get their defense and offense clicking. Week 13. December 5th at Raiders. The Raiders, I feel like, could put it together this year. They've got to work on that defense. However, I mean, I don't know. The offense has some potential. It's in Las Vegas, so I'm going to go ahead and give the victory to the Raiders, although not by much. There's a lot of close games on the schedule. Week 14 at home versus Dallas. I think we're going to win this, and I'll get back to this in just a second. Week 15 at Eagles. The Eagles are in a downward trend. I think they're tanking. They're in a rebuild stage. I think this is going to be a win. And then week 16, we're back at Dallas. So, this is where I think our loss is going to come. Because I think Dallas is going to be much better, especially with Dak Prescott. In my mind, there's just not much uncertainty. I think we're going to split games with Dallas most likely. This is the day after Christmas, by the way, that this game is played. Week 17, not the final week. We're at home versus Eagles. I think that should be another pretty easy win. And then we finish out, guys, by the way, with 5 division games in a row. Week 14 was Dallas. Week 15, Eagles. Week 16, Cowboys. Week 17, Eagles. Week 18, at the New York Giants. And because we don't have a good track record against the Giants recently, and because it's at home, I think I'm going to give New York the win. So, that is my prediction so far for this year. There's probably going to be another video coming later on when we get closer to the year. Teams have changed some. There might be, there might not. But for now, this is my prediction for the year for Washington.